All right, it's still Monday. This is part 2 to my tall skinny accordion booklet, and I am using my daughter's mushroom kit. Oops, here's my scraps. I cut the image from the front cover, so that worked out very well. So this is part 2, and I'm going to sew all the way around here, but I need to place my I need some glue there. I'll be sewing that anyways. No, let me put a little bit of glue. I have my sewing machine up here, so we'll see what kind of trouble I can get into. Okay. I just want glue stick to hold that lace, which will be okay. I'll be putting elements on top, and I'm going to sew all the way around. I just need to pick my seam binding, and this is a video that was requested by my friend Angela at Dogwood Paper Arts. She asked if I would show how I made this, so I really appreciate that. I have a box of that's for My Scrap Cabin. I know everybody knows of this shop, but I will link it in the description. I do need to order Christmas colors. I really don't have a lot of Christmas colors. I have green, but that's about it. And sorry, I got my phone on, but I got rid of the squeaky chair. It's that time of day where I'll need to keep in contact with people. All right, so I just need to pick a color for the seam binding, and let me move my sewing machine a little bit. Not really sure what color. I'm gonna go with, if I want to go with green. I've got several colors of green. I like this one here. I kind of want to, I don't want to go white. Let's see if I have cream. I am getting low on white, so when I order Christmas, I'm sure I'll get white in there. Sorry, I just ate lunch, so that probably wasn't a good idea. Like a cream color. I think I'm going to go with this green. I really like that green. Yeah, I might have to go over my colors here and see what I need to order. Oh, here we go. Definitely not that. It's too dark. I don't want it to be all green and dark. Maybe I do. And the pages are like a cream tea stain color, so I think I'm going to go with this, just to have something bright and light in there. All right, I'm gonna go with that one. And I'm going to use double stick tape to put it down. I need to find center. And probably could do it right here on my mat. Hopefully you can see. Yep. The sun's out now, so it's beautiful. I'm so happy camper when the sun is out. Where's 6? 6 is there. 6. So I'm thinking right across this line right here. Oh, hello. I gotta go this way. I'll be all right. Okay. So center would be right there. That's 6, 6 right there. Center What in the world am I doing? All right. Confusing myself. I'll get out. This is the line right here. So it's going to be somewhere around 4 and 4. So it's going to be this line right here, which is 28. You can't see it, but this mat is 55, 60 by 36, I think. I don't know, I can't see it, but it's a big mat. It's the biggest mat you can get for quilting. I'm on a solid wood kitchen table. Okay, so there's where I want my tape to go there. And I'm just going to go from here to there, here to there. But I don't want my tape to go all the way to the end. I'm going to use double stick tape because I'm going to sew and it will gum up your needle. Trust me, I tried it. All right. I'm using this tape here. It's the Papery shop. I get it at Hobby Lobby. And I always keep the packaging. It has this little disc on there to protect it. And I just cut all the way around just so I have that in there and put a piece of tape on there. It just keeps it clean and I can stack all my different sizes. So I'm just going to, well, I think I need a skinnier one. Let me get that. So see, I keep those, and then that was stacked, and I have a couple sizes in here. I think I'm going to go with this one here. So I'm just going to put some tape, and I know this has probably already been done. Put this on this line and put a piece of tape on it. Why not? Just going to tape this down just for a second. All right. So right there. Excuse me, I hope I'm not going to be burpy all the rest of the video. I'm going to stop short of the end there. I won't push that down yet because I'll probably peel it back a little bit because I don't want my needle to catch that. So I'm going to go right. I made one of these little booklets and I brought my seam binding all the way across the back because I thought it was a great idea, but it's not. It just put bulk right there. So I'll probably measure this one because that's a pretty good size of how much I have here. I can take this up. And I'll probably make note of it on my notes. So this is about, and it's crinkled and I've stretched it, so let's see. So it's got to go to there. So I would say a little over 12 on each side, but if it's crinkled, I did stretch it here to put it down. So I think if I stretch it to 12, that should be good enough. Hopefully I'll have enough to tie it. If not, it'll be plan B. Okay, there's my 2 pieces. I'm gonna just jot that down real quick. There we go. And these are just my notes from Gail's first video that I saw, and I do have this link in my description when I make these. Okay, there's that. All right, so now I got to put this down. And I think this one is a little bit close, so I'm going to lift it, try to lift that tape just a little. It's trying to take my lace off, but I'm going to do it. It's really good. It holds it really good. There we go. That should be enough. Now getting it off you is another trick. Okay. So I'm going to burnish and that should get it. So I've got 2 pieces, and I'm going to try to stretch it out. Keep this here so I have a guide. Oops, sorry. I've got 2 fingers here that do not bend, and I mean I can use them to kind of hold things, but they don't really work very good, so I think I'm going to snip that and put this other end here. I'm going to go in a little bit in the spine area, not too much, just to wrap around. I'm still going to put lace around the edge like here, but I just don't want it flipping up. I want it to have some good contact. Well, they're both fraying, so that's okay. It's just hanging on. Oops. And then I'll put some glue there. That'll get glued in the spine. I'm just going to make sure I'm straight here. Oops. There we go. I don't have very good mobility with my hands, but I get her done. I can't complain. All right, I'll put this other one on. I'm just going to try to stretch this part out right here, and then put a little bit of it in the spine. And then I'm just going to give it a burnish. Because I want this to be here when I sew all the way around. So now I'm ready to sew. And I'll pull my machine over. I just noticed I got white thread. So I'm going to have to change my thread real quick, which is not a big deal. kind of want to go like with a brown cream thread, so I'm hoping I got enough. I think there's enough bobbin in there for that. This is tricky because I got to use the finger that does not work to get the bobbin out. Okay. This is why I don't make clothing anymore. I just can't do it. I can't see real good. Okay, this is the part that's tricky. Got it. Okay. Another thing, when you're changing your thread, cut it from the top here. Let me move my machine over. Cut it from the top here. Cut it right here. Then pull it out from the bottom. If you pull it from the top, it's going backwards and your thread can break off in there and get stuck in it. It will cost you money to have them dig that out or open it up to get it out. So that's just a tip. I do use embroidery thread. It's a little bit more expensive, but once you buy a spool, it will last you a long time. This one is sulky. And a lot of times you can use your coupon at Joann's when they have Notion coupons, and just get you a couple colors that you use all the time. I love this one color here. Okay. I don't know if it has it on there. If it does, I can't read it. 1149. I love this. It's like a brown beige. So I'm going to use that. And my sewing machine is a Bernina. This is like the low end model. I do have a Bernina embroidery machine, but the bobbin needs to be fixed on it, and the Bernina place is like a couple hours away, so that'll be a nice weather day project. It does have a needle threader. If you invest in a sewing machine, I would get a needle threader. If you have trouble seeing, I'm just going to hold this thread up here and pull on it, and that'll ensure that my thread is through the tension, and then your needle threader should work. And sometimes not. This is an old machine. And I can't use the finger that I want to use, so it takes me a minute. I should have changed the thread, sorry, before. There we go. We got it that time. Just got to be patient. I don't have to lift my thread up, but I want to because I want to make sure that I have control of it. For this particular machine. All right, ready to sew. Okay. And another thing with, if you're buying a sewing machine, one feature that I really love is the needle threader, a back stitch button. A lot of them don't have it. A needle position where you can move your needle that way or that way. Those are features I look for. So I'm going to start in the spine area here. And I'm going to move my stitch up to, on mine it would be like a 3 or a little bit past 3. And then I'm going to move my needle over to the left side all the way. I'm using my presser foot for a guide. There's a center line right here. That line I'm going to watch and ride all the way around. Another thing I didn't do, well, I'm not going to do it, am I? Thought I was going to round my corners. I think I will. I'm glad I saw that. So I've taken my needle from the center and moved it all the way over to the left because I'm going to take that line. You could go here and do this and move your needle all the way over that way. It's just for eyesight, it works better for me. I can kind of see where that line is. So I'm going to round my corners before I get started. So let me put that back in there. And I got lace on there, so it might give me troubles, but we'll see. And I'm using the, what am I using? I'm going to use the smallest one, which is 1/4. And it worked. And I'm going to put these corner pieces on too anyway, so on top of my stitching. I kind of like that. It like finishes it off. All right, here we go. Well, I might cut some of that thread off. There we go. Way too much thread. All right, I think I'm ready. And for the stitch length, I like the higher stitch when you're sewing on paper, because if you stitch out a really tight stitch, your paper can rip because it wants to perforate it. And I like seeing the long stitches. It's really pretty. All right, here we go. This is going to be boring, but the other thing is too, on your sewing machine, needle down position. A lot of machines don't have that, where you can put your needle down, so every time you stop, your needle's going to be down in the down position, and that helps with paper because paper is slick and it slides around. If you have needle down position, it'll kind of hold everything together. All right, I'm seriously going to go this time. And I'm just going to take a couple back stitches. And it doesn't hurt the perforation to go through that. Just want to make sure that my seam binding is out of the way and it's straight. So I'm going to take it slow. Make sure everything's out of the way. So my needle was in the down position, and that helps on the corners too. I love rounded corners, so you can pick up your presser foot, move it a notch. I usually do like 2 or 3 in the corner, just kind of just slowly pivot it until you get back around. Now, I had to stop it because I seen my lace trying to lift up a little bit where I should have put some glue. I'm going to check all my threads here and get control of my seam binding. My thread broke. I was going too fast. That's all right. I can show you how to get back in that same stitch. So let me pull it out from the top because I see where it broke right here, and then just pull it down out the bottom, not through the back. Sorry, I gotta use my middle finger for things because that's the only one that works. It's sad. Come on. And it hurts when I use it too. So that one's going too. There we go. Got it. Alright, let me just take a piece of paper and just do a test. Usually if I okay, I'm good. Just to make sure. So I'm going to try to line this back up in that hole where it broke there, because it already made the marks in here, which is okay. So I'm just going to try to eyeball it and see if I can get in one of those holes. There's one. And then it'll just be a continuation. It'll be the same amount of stitches. Okay, that's it. I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, I'm just going to see a little extra stitches there where my my stitch broke, but that's okay. So now I'm going to burnish my thread and my paper down because it poked everything upward to the back. Just going to flatten them out. I just got to be careful here on the spine because this is thin paper. I should have just folded my paper over and I'm going to pull my strings to the back just in case they come out. They'll be to the back. I really didn't want to stop and start there, but that's all right. I'm just going to tie this off. Because this is embroidery thread, it's a little harder to tie a knot. It's silky, but I love the shine and the look of sewing on paper. It's really nice. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to get that out. I think I'm just going to snip those. Alright, I'm just going to snip those because I back stitched. They're going to be glued in anyways in the spine. I'm not worried about it. Okay, so there's that, and I have my ties on here, and that little piece will be glued in the spine there, in the accordion spine, when I glue that. Like so. Have that, and then I have to figure out what's front and what's back. Doesn't really matter, they're both the same. I think I'm going to make this the front here, so I can put my, glue my image on here. So I think I'm just going to, and I'll probably do a label like a mushroom or something, some type of label. So I kind of want to get that in the center. And I'm going to use my fabric tack 3-in-1. I just need a paper towel in case things get wild. Okay, let me see where I want this. So it's going to have to be like this. Like so. Sorry for my reach. I need a couple of paper clips. Okay, just want to eyeball where to put this. So it's going to be center there, like that. So I'm just going to put a piece of tape right there. And this is just the mint tape. You can get it at scrapbook.com. And then I'm going to put this down. Yep. I probably should use my new bottle, but I tried the Sugar Bell bottles. They're just not for me. So I hope I have enough time to show you my cover I made for my junk mail journal I'm making following Pam Van E. So we'll see. I finished the well, I didn't finish it. I sewed it. It's like a patchwork from my husband's throwaway jeans. This is gonna just bubble out, so I'm gonna open it if I can. No, it's not gonna happen. Why is it on there so tight? All right, let me put my thing down. They say if you bang it on the table, stop doing that. I want to make sure I have enough room for some lace. Okay. Yeah, like that. Now see how I have the seam binding? It's all sewed in there, so I'm sure that that's going to stay. And then a little bit will be tucked in there and it won't give it too much bulk. And then I'm going to put lace over the top of that. So I like that. So make sure. And it looks like we got that. No? Oh. I must have glue. Usually if you can, I just don't have a lot of strength. There we go. if you can tweak this open a little bit, it'll stop it from bubbling out. Then you can just twist it back and put this on, because it does get annoying when you lose a lot of glue like that. Alright, so I think that's good. I would put something heavy on it. I've got a paperweight here that I got from Hobby Lobby at 60% off. Love it. So I want to glue the edges here so I can show you the pages. I did distress the inside with my vintage photo because I didn't think to print. Well, I can't print while I'm on camera, so you can print on the back side of here if you want, and that'll put something here like a design, or I have a tea stain file folder that I scanned and I use that for background for a lot of things. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this. I'm going to tack this first, these little ends down, and I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I like it in this little bottle. It so works for me. I buy it like this and then just put it in there. It's growing on me. I don't think I ever used it last year at all, but it's growing on me. I'm gonna just tack this down. Okay. Just so it doesn't get away from me when I'm gluing. I'm gonna do this one too. Okay, so to glue the spine, I just go one by one, and I just go like this. Put my art glitter glue. Just like so, and push that down. It holds really quickly. Let me put this on so I can see what's what. It's that witching hour time of the day, almost dinner time. Okay. So I'm going to do the next one. Just going to put glue on here. You're always gluing from the back side, not the inside, because the inside's where you're going to put your pages. And it's not totally straight, but I'm going to put lace on there anyway, so I just got heavy-handed with the art glitter glue. That stuff is really sticky. I should have my mat. There we go. Just pick you up some cutting mats from the Dollar Tree. I've used them for everything. Okay, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. I mean, it goes together really quickly once you figure out your design, what you want to do. I always have trouble picking paper. What do I want to put on the front? And I'll do this last one. And I just keep this little top on that comes with the bottle. I always cut this off because it ends up getting in the way anyway, so I just cut it off. So there's the last one. So there you have it. That usually dries pretty quickly. And that is the starting of a little booklet. So I'm going to try to open these up and let them air because I don't want them. Sometimes the glue oozes through that stitching line. So I'm just going to give them a press and let them air for a minute. And put some clips. Why not? I love these little clips from Dollar Tree. They always have them by the checkout. It's kind of like an eye catcher. Okay, so there's that. So now I need to figure out pages, and I'll show you some examples of what you can do with this one here. And I will put a pocket here. My daughter has quite a few options in her kit. So let's see. There's a pocket here, and that will totally fit. So I'll go through and pick out a pocket. That one might work on the back side, and we have a lot of options here. I could do a coin envelope in the front, but I think I'll save that. And then her other kit, which is the Folio Ephemera kit. It has cute pockets too that would probably work for this as well. So there's that. So I think I will decide on a page and just show you how I put a page in. Where am I at? 43 minutes. Oh, I have to be a quick page. I'll do a page with just writing space in the beginning. So I'll need something from here to go like this, like a tall, skinny. Just trying to see my first page, what I want to see. That's cool. I think I might do this one here. Okay, so I'll do this one, and it'll be folded this way. I wish I could figure out the borderless printing. I just haven't found the button to use it yet. So I'm going to cut this down, and I got to get up, sorry, to grab my trimmer because I took my big one off my desk to make room for my sewing machine. So I'm just going to trim off the white edges real quick. Just not used to this one. And a trick I learned from Rotor Burks, if you put your blade in there and then move it back and forth, you should be able to cut it. Now see, I need a new blade. Let me grab my big trimmer. It's just on the floor. Okay. And then until I get a new blade. I need to get a new blade for that. Oops. This little off there. So there's that. And then cut this off. be glad when I don't have to have sleeves. All right, that cut. Okay, there's that. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm going to fold this in half, like so. Now I'll need to trim it down even more. So I might go over an hour for sure, because I'm going to do more sewing. I'm going to show you how I sewed the pages. So there's that. Let me... Everything is good. There we go. I just want to keep this open for a sec now that I know my cover's good. All right, so this is going to be a page. It's going to go here. So I want to cut it down to fit within here. You can go all the way to the bottom to the top. It all depends on you. I left a little bit here because I want, when I close it, I don't want to see my pages. I want it to be tucked in. So I went, let me go off this example then. Like 7 3/4 by 3 3/4 is what I'm going to do. All right. 7 3/4, and I really love this here. I want to see that basket. So I'm going to keep the bottom and just nip off the top. 7 3/4. I'll probably have to trim a little bit more, and then 3 3/4. So I'm going to lose a little bit. I wish I didn't fold that. So let me just see where 3 3/4. It's going to be okay. 3 3/4 here. Yep, not much. That way this will fit within the book right here. It's going to fit here. Like so. It's going to be glued there. I could glue it on there, but I usually put like a little piece of lace or something down through there. Maybe this one I'll glue on the top there because I really want to see everything because it's beautiful. And then I round the corners too. So I might cut just a smidge off. There we go. So now I need papers, and I've been using this dotted paper. Sorry for my reach, I gotta grab it. I'm hoping not to have an avalanche. Okay. It's a composition book, and it's dot rolled. I love it. It's perfect color for this. I think I went 7. I went 7 3/4 this way, so I would get the most bang for my buck. And I have to cut a little bit more off. And then fold it in half, and then 3 3/4. Yeah, I have little strips left over, but those would be good for collage. So I think I need to try to keep it under 3 pages, 3 to 4 pages, because otherwise it's too bulky. All right, let me cut a little bit off there. You want your pages folded, so that's why I kept them like that, because I'm going to sew down the center. All right, I'm going to cut a little bit, and I basically call this front one kind of like the signature. So I think I'm going to cut a little bit more there. in there. I think that's good. I'll save these pieces for collage. All right, I think that's big enough. Gives you quite a few pages. And now I need to round the corners. So I think I'm done with this, and then I'm going to sew. And I think I did the biggest. Yeah, I like the look of that. I think it is. Let me check it. Yeah, I did the smallest one, which is a quarter. So I'm going to try to keep all these pages together and do them all at once. Once you make a few of these, I'm telling you, it's addicting. Okay, that should be good. And then I'm going to need a couple of these clips to hold it. So I'm going to stick this in here where I want it. You can put other pages, whatever you want in there. I'm just doing the writing for the dots on there for writing. Just want to get it in there. Oh. Try to keep it somewhat centered. And I'm going to put that there. And that there. And then I'm going to sew right down the center. And you want to do a long stitch. Otherwise, it'll perforate your page. You know, your pages will just rip out. So I'm going to go with a little bit longer. I think longer than 3. I want 3 on the outside. And I'm going to keep my needle in the center position. And I'll just follow that line all the way. I'm going to follow this line right down that fold. Doesn't have to be perfect, but all right, I need to up my stitch. Okay, and let me do a test real quick. Yeah, I like that stitch. It's a nice long stitch. Okay. And I always start in on my projects. That way my stitch will be in my thread, my stop and start. All right, I'm going to go for it. And because I'm going through several layers, I'm going to take it kind of slow. And I want my pretty stitch, which is your top stitch, to be in here, because you're going to see that, like right here. There's my center. Is it one more? Yeah, you can see it. Well, I can see it. It has a nice stitch. Okay, I felt like I got off kilter, but we'll see. Okay. I probably could have added one more page, but that's okay. yeah, it kind of bound up on me. I might have to pull my bobbin thread out because it kind of wadded up right there, but that's okay. I'm just going to trim this. I might be getting low on bobbin thread too because it was close. Cut one more thread. I just want to show you how I glued that in. So you're not going to see the back, but you can see the inside. So I'm thinking this one here, I'm still going to glue it on the inside of this one here like I did this, because I want to add some trim right here. And your first piece kind of sets the tone for the rest of them. So line that up, and then kind of not liking that thread. But once I glue it, it'll be okay. I just want all the little pieces that I can reach now. Okay. So this first piece kind of sets the tone. I kind of make it in between this stitch line and that stitch line as how I kind of measure my height, and that helps me line things up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on the other side of that stitch line and the other side of this stitch line. I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and then I'm going to place it. So it goes quickly if you have all your pages made how you want. Yep. Just making sure I'm doing the right thing. I'm not going to be too heavy-handed because it'll ooze. Oops. You want to stay away from this area right here, where I got glue. Right there is important. All right, so I'm going to put this in there. Right there. And I'm going to press it down, push it down. So it's just gluing the front part. And I'm making sure that this is straight. I need to pull it up a little bit. Okay. And there you have it. The first one sets the tone. Push it down. I'm going to make sure no glue is oozing out on my second piece here. I make all my pages and decorate them, and then I put them in because I like to sew a lot of things. So, but I wanted to show you how that would turn out. So let me put my lid. So I can put a pocket here, like I did here. I used, on this one here, I used a library pocket that I purchased, but it came with a card, but I stamped my own card. I have a die for that. I wanted it to match. So, but I'm going to use my daughter's card and pocket in hers. So there's the first page, and you have writing space there. I will decorate these pages here. It would have been easier to decorate them before I put them in, but I really wanted to share how I did that. So just put your pages together. I think I put, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. Yeah, 4, and then you folded. It was my limit. So I could have 1, 2, 3. I only did 3. I could have done 1 more. And I like that I don't glue this down here, because if you glue that down, you can't open this. This doesn't free flow. I like that free flow movement. So I have that there. I have writing space there. And I put embossed cardstock in here, and that was too heavy. So of course it does give you something durable to write on. But yeah. I have a lot of writing space in here, but I want to stamp the pages. So I really like how that, I want to put something on the back. So there's that. That's my share for today. I'll quickly show you my cover for my junk mail journal that I'm making following Pam Vanny. And I will come back with part 3, but it'll be a flip through of this because that'll take me some time to put together. So this is my cover. And I just cut my husband's jeans up. I showed in part 2. Yeah, part 2. Where I cut them apart. And this is my cover. I did go back through and I realized I had Florida on this side and Utah on this side because it was a page. So I went and pulled out another Florida map and put it on the front. And then this is going to be the cover. I am going to glue probably file folder here just to seal that crease. That's the original box crease, and I don't want it to have a memory. I only want it to fold right there. So I will do that before I put the cover on. And I probably will, sorry, I just had a spider on me. Hang on. Okay, if you've seen that, I'm sorry. I couldn't take them outside. It just creeped me out. It's gone. Whew. I'm glad I didn't swear or scream. So this is what I did with my husband's jeans. They were ripped, torn, the knees were blowed out. I cut them into 2.5-inch strips. And I came up with that idea because I measured the cover of where I wanted everything. And 2.5 kind of worked for me on the cover. I kind of, you could see, well, where I marked it here, I was kind of gauging when I sewed my squares together where everything would land. So I really like that. I have plenty. No, I think I'm good. I think I got coverage totally. This is going to be the cover, the raggedy side. I sewed everything together into strips. I did 2, 2, 2, and then sewed the long strips together. They're not perfect, but I love it. This will fray. I don't want to pick at it just yet because I want to wait until I get it down. But that's what I did. I did 2.5-inch strips, and then I cut them down to even smaller squares. And then I just sewed them together. Just sewed, I think I did like 1/8 of an inch. I was going to do a 1/4 inch, but that would have taken away from my squares, and I really love the size, so I did that. This was the Levi's patch that was on the back. I did rip it, taking it apart. I glued it to some cardstock so I can hang on to it until I figure out what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to save that. My other idea for the cover is to, well, I'm going to take it outside and sand, before I glue my piece on there, sand some of this finish off because it is a slick finish. So I will take it outside and sand it because I don't want the stuff on my desk. It is quite messy. The other idea I was thinking is I have a couple. No, I don't. I thought I did. I have a box of buttons that were removed from clothing. I haven't totally under 100% on it, but I have an idea that I want to put buttons in each of the squares that were from clothing. They don't have to match. It just be a random thing. So I don't know. We'll see. Just to me, that came to mind, and I thought that would be kind of cool to use up those buttons. So we'll see. And I would have to do it before I glue this down because I'll probably sew them instead of gluing them. I would rather stitch them on. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so I will put Pam's link in the description, and thank you, Angela, Dogwood Paper Arts. I hope you go over and check out her amazing coffee chocolate journal that she made. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I have so enjoyed watching her make that. I will link her, and I thank her for asking me to share this. On my third video, I'll just share this done. So I'll have to go through. I really haven't had time to look at my daughter's kit. I just had time to print it, but I really love how that's turning out. It's super easy. So my next one, it would just be glued here, like so. And you could glue, you can watch Gail's video, Gail Agostinelli. She glued like pockets or pieces of paper there. It doesn't have to be the way I have it. You just make it your own, you know, and glue them on there. You can glue front, you can glue back. I would love to see other people's ideas, because sometimes I'm just like a one-trick pony. But there you go. Oh, corners. I need to pick out corners too. That spider just freaked me out. I'm sorry. It was one of those jumping spiders. Let's see where are my corners. I put everything away, so oh, here it is. I'm not sure what color I'm going to use, so I'm over on time, but that's okay. Let's see. I do have white. I don't think I want white. I'll probably go with like a cream color. I wish I had some cream ones. It has different sizes, like I don't know if I'll be able to get corners on there now. I do have other dies of corners as well. Nope, that won't fit. This one has like a divot there. I think my image is up too far. I should have put these on first. Note to self. Let's just see my options here. I love this corner die set. That one won't work. I could tuck it under. Alright, I'll have to weigh my options, and I'm not sure what color I'm going to go with. Maybe I won't put corners on at all. I don't know, we'll see. Okay. I'll try to remember to put this in the link. I'll keep it out so I don't forget. Alright, that's my video for today. Part 2 of the tall skinny. And yeah, I love how that's turning out. I love that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, take care. Have a great day. And I want to say thank you to all my friends that have been watching my videos and commenting. I really appreciate it. I'm not going for any kind of goals or anything like that. I am a big supporter of a lot of people, and I support the support back. Thank you. Take care. Bye.